My name Na Edu, and I'm with Papa Kwamina Amu. He's a relationship and marriage and sex coach. He's popularly known as Mr. Smooth. You're welcome.
Thank you for having me.
I love the Mr. Smooth.
You see.
It makes everything smooth, like the way you mention it,
Mr. Smooth.
Smooth.
Yeah.
So everything must be smooth.
Yeah.
Last week, sexual health. We started. There were some points made in there and all that. Time will not permit us to take a recap. I would have loved you to do a recap, but I know today is packed, so we can't do a recap yet. I'll go straight to one. The difference between love making and sex.
Alright, so thanks once again, and it's really amazing to be back on ATV. And like we are saying, we are still lobbying and fighting to bring adults class back.
Yes.
Soon, probably, if everything goes well, you'll be seeing adult class back on ATV. Now, the interesting thing here is there's a big difference between love making and sex. People have sex and people make love. Now, the difference here are just these. Most times when you're having sex, there's no passion. People having sex don't kiss.
Huh?
People having sex don't kiss.
They don't kiss?
No.
Okay.
They can do all the penetrative sex, they can do all the other forms of sex, but they don't kiss. There's one thing about kissing. Kissing and penetration brings a lot of bond. There's a hormone which both men and women have. It's a neurochemical actually, which both men and women have. It's called oxytocin. It is that same bond that bonds mothers and their children when they are breastfeeding.
Okay.
That is why you can't separate them. When you add kissing and love making, it's the same bond that mothers have with their children. So if you are passionately having sexual intercourse, and then you are kissing, and then you are doing all the things that lovers do, we say you are making love.
You are making love, okay.
But if you are just in to show how strong you are, some of the women are in to tell you, I can take whatever you have.
Yes, I can take the number of hours you can go.
Yes, get it on. That is sex. Or a fork. You can probably have the biggest whatever. The woman is ready to take it. You can spank, you can bang, you can ride, you can do all the keche, all the skills you have, just to show that I am good at it. I am
good.
So in sex, you are more or less showing how good you are, how strong you are, but all that you are doing doesn't come with passion. Love making is smooth. Love making is soft. Love making it comes with passion. So people have sex with people they don't love, but you make love with people that you love. You follow? When love ends, then people have sex with their wives. But if it is love making, you will take your time, you will prepare yourselves before you engage in sex. And love making involves a lot of time, because you need some time to do some foreplay, to prepare the woman into it, to prepare your own self, so that you, the man, you don't prematurely ejaculate, and then you'll make the love. But if it is sex, you just find a girl somewhere, she's ready, she wants to do it, you find a room, nobody is there.
Then you do it.
We just make sure everybody is ready, and then you just get it done. And then when you are done, she goes away, you also go your way. That is sex. So the difference here is passion.
Passion. Yeah.
Love making is more passionate than sex. And what the prostitutes do with men is have sex with them. They don't make love with them. Because if they were having sex with them, they will fall in love with virtually every man they engage.
Okay.
So most times, prostitutes don't kiss.
You've made certain significant point
Right.
in there. Foreplay. So why is foreplay very necessary in lovemaking? Last week you mentioned each person, each individual is in charge of their orgasm.
Yeah.
Then what's the need for foreplay? Because we are already ready. If we are ready, there's no need.
All right. Now, when it comes to foreplay, we need to let me talk about the foreplay. Then I'll come talk about being responsible for your own orgasm. Okay. Now, women are known to be water, so they are always cold. Men are fire. Women are water simply because they are moved by what they hear, the sort of things you tell them that warms their sexual life up. Men are fire. Immediately they see it, they have an erection, they want penetration. Now, if you pick fire and you put into water, the water will quench it.
Yeah.
So what foreplay then does is, foreplay warms the woman up to a certain level, and then when both heat meet, you don't quench it too early. Now, foreplay takes a lot of forms, and each person has a specific way or certain parts of the body that he or she feels as his or her trigger points. And from head to toe, we have nerve endings that are pretty sensitive. The nipple is sensitive, the lips is sensitive, the ear loop is sensitive, the eye
it happens to both male and female.
Both male and female. The neck is sensitive, the back is sensitive, the elbow, arm, inside the palm, around the thigh, behind the thigh, some people even have their trigger points on their toes, sucking of the toes or nibbling of the toes. So when you meet a woman the first time, whether it is marriage or you should usually do this with somebody that you intend to get to the next level with. What you need to do is you need to find a blueprint of the woman. When I say blueprint, I'm talking about get a map of the woman's hot spots, so that the next time you are engaging in anything sexual with her, you don't have to struggle because you already know where you touch. And one of the easiest way to identify those hotspots is you place one finger around the vulva, either just a little inside or around the anus, not inside but around the anus. What you are putting your finger there to do is to observe muscle contractions.
Muscle contractions.
So when you kiss her in a certain way and your finger is there and she's enjoying it, you feel a squeeze. You feel a squeeze on your finger. If your finger is in, even a little, just leave it there, don't do anything, just place it around there. You feel a little squeeze on the finger. If it's around the anus, you see a little movement. Then you know I have 1 point. When you kiss the ear and she likes it, she'll squeeze it. When you kiss the face, the lips, she likes it. The upper lips, you see it. The lower lips, you see it. The neck. So as you move from face all the way down to the nipple, you are able to remember that, oh, when I kiss the lips this way, she responded.
Moved.
When I touched the left breast, she responded this way. When I touch the right breast, she responded more than the left breast. So next time, my focus should go on the one that is more sensitive. When I touched the navel, the way she responded. When I came all the way to her butt. So by the time you finish with your first foreplay with a woman, you would have a blueprint up in your mind that the next time you want to engage in anything sexual with a woman, you know exactly what to do. Yes, the most sensitive part of the woman is around the genital. The clitoris is made up of 8,000 nerve endings.
Yeah, you mentioned that.
And those 8,000 nerve endings move all the way through the urethra sponge. The urethra sponge, that's what we call the Grafenberg spot or the G spot.
Okay.
Grafenberg is the one who
so
discovered
I need the G spot.
The G spot. So around that area too, if you want to locate it, it's simple. Where she is lying down flat, where the hair is, you just arc your finger, just about a knuckle or two. You feel something that feels very rough, like towel. That is the G-spot. The more you stimulate it, the more it becomes engorged. So when you are doing foreplay, most times I recommend that you give the woman at least 3 separate orgasms before you penetrate. You can give her a lip orgasm. You kiss, you feel that movement around the genital. They are called the sphincter muscles. When you are aroused to a certain point and you have an orgasm, the sphincter muscles will contract. And the only way you can know the person is not faking is when your finger is around there and involuntarily you feel those contractions. Some men would attest to it. When you have your penis inside and she's having an orgasm, you feel some squeeze, some cramps on your penis. That is a real orgasm. But some women will just be making a noise while they don't even feel anything you're doing. That is just faking, like you see in the porns. Yeah, so here also, you can give her a lip orgasm, you can give her a breast orgasm. So breast orgasm comes with fondling with the breast, sucking of the breast, and all those things. Those ones are not what we are talking about here.
Yeah.
And then you can move all the way. So by the time you give a lip orgasm, breast orgasm, the place will be wet. But take note, the level of wetness of a woman has no link with her readiness for penetration.
It has no link?
No link.
Okay.
I'm saying that the level of wetness of a woman has no link with her readiness for penetration. Most times, when a woman is ready for penetration, she will invite you.
She would invite you?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So, a woman being wet doesn't mean you should penetrate?
It doesn't mean she's ready for it. When she's ready for it, she'll ask you in.
Wow.
Great. And then you can also give her a clitoral orgasm. The clitoral orgasm, if you get on my YouTube channel, Mr. Smooth's Adult Class, I have a lot of videos on how you can use the breast to give an orgasm, how you can kiss to give an orgasm, how you can use the clitoris to give an orgasm, how you can use the G-spot to give an orgasm, and all that. When you go to my YouTube channel, Mr. Smooth's Adult Class, you can find those lessons. You can find those lessons there.
I think that answers my question on being responsible for individual orgasms.
Let me get there. Now, if you are able to give her at least 3 different orgasms and the woman invites you in, once she invites you in and you penetrate, even if you last 2 seconds, all she wanted was to make you also enjoy what was happening, because she had already had some level of orgasms that she feels she's alright. But if you are able to move from that level to other levels, then the woman knows that women are naturally born, created to have multiple orgasms. But men would have to learn to have multiple orgasms as we become in them. When I say a woman is responsible for her own orgasm, what I mean to say here is, if you have 8,000 nerve endings, and with a touch, either by yourself or another person, you can't hit your climax, which is your orgasm, then it is not the fault of the person who is touching. It is from you, because the 8,000 nerve endings cannot be dead. They can be dead, or they can die through your thinking. They can be dead or die through infections. They can be dead or they can die simply because of a trauma. Maybe you might have had a nasty experience, or somebody may have raped you, so your brain shuts down on those things.
All those things.
But if your brain is not shut down on those things and you feel, listen, I am enjoying myself, and I always blame religion, forgive me, but this for those things. They tell you that when you touch yourself is a sin. But if I have my own self, I have my own body, and I don't know how it feels when I touch my breast, I don't know how it feels when I touch my body part, I should wait for somebody to come and marry me, or I should go and marry somebody before the person touches that part and it's right. I don't think it's sound to me. You may disagree with me, but I don't think it's sound. I should be able to know myself. The women, you have one breast that is bigger than the other. Which one it is? Which one is it? One is more sensitive than the other. Which one is it? You should know. So even when you marry a novice like me, then you can teach me.
A novice?
Yes.
Did you say a novice?
You're not learning.
Okay, we are learning. We are still learning. So this brings us to so you've spoken about women orgasms and ejaculations.
Good.
We have the myth or truth. More ejaculations prevents prostate cancer. It's all over.
Mm-hmm.
So the more you ejaculate, the more your prostate, your that thing of having a prostate cancer. I don't know how true this is.
I remember when that research came up and it went viral. Lots of people were talking about it, and I was like, wow, 21 ejaculations for a 50-year-old man, for a 60. Why you want him to die?
Because last week you mentioned more ejaculations kills you.
Yes, and if production have it, there are reflex points on the penis that links directly to the prostate.
Okay.
And when you are having sex and that part of the reflex point is stimulated, that is when your prostate gets health. The reflex point is directly on top of the gland penis. You have the gland penis, like you have the gland penis, and on the gland penis you have this arc that goes to the coronal ridge. The coronal ridge is the cut.
Okay, so I'm saying something. Is it there? No.
We'll get to this one. The cut around, so you can see the gland penis there. So where the gland penis is pointing, that is where the reflex point for the prostate gland is located.
Okay.
In this very drawing, where the gland penis is located, that is where the reflex point for the, what do you call it?
The prostate.
The prostate is located. And there are reflex points all along the shaft and even on the testicles. That connects to the kidneys, connects to the heart, connects to the spleen, connects to the digestive system, connects to all your internal organs, the liver and all the others. Sex is health. The only way you can exercise your liver is having sex, both men and women. The only way you can exercise your kidney is sex. The only way you can exercise your pancreas. Heart. That is why when you have good orgasms, digestion takes place well.
What?
Digestion takes place well.
Again.
When you have good orgasms, you don't get constipations.
Sir?
Yes.
Maintain that.
I'm telling you, it is complete health. Total health for both the males and the females. That is why when you, after you have some good orgasms, you have your heart pounding. It is cardio. Any activity that gets your heart pounding is cardio. If swimming, you're exercising your whole body. Sex, you exercise your whole body. Including your internal organs. So if the reflex point on the penis is what is responsible for the prostate health, then it is not the ejaculation. Because you can have the sex and activate the reflex point without ejaculating. The reason why you should conserve your sperm as a man, the reason why you should conserve it, I have many videos on my YouTube channel that speaks about that, because I see this as very, very important to me. One of it is that sperm contains growth factors. Growth factors, right? And those growth factors would either make your penis shrink or your penis look large and full. If you ejaculate 21 times, your penis will shrink because you lose a lot of growth factors. And those growth factors, they are protein, they are zinc, there's sugar, and there's water in the content of your sperm. But the growth factors are what allows the penis to grow by itself or to shrink. And the more you ejaculate, the more you take that out. And then also, the more you ejaculate, the more your dihydrotestosterone will go up. When your dihydrotestosterone goes up, your hair will start falling. Your hair will start falling. You start looking, not like a bald person, but too much.
Okay.
Your lips.
Yes.
And then your lips will go red like somebody who drinks aperitif regularly. It's because your dihydrotestosterone is gone up. And then also, you look weak, you look way older than your age, and if you're a man, you have some deep cuts on your face. Your whole... Yes, you see this deep cut on your face. It's just because you're overly ejaculated. And then when you're overly ejaculating, you can never have a firm and hard erection. You always have to be depending on aphrodisiacs to have sex. So it is not that healthy to be ejaculating often. Now, this is what you need to do if you want to conserve. You need to understand what I'm talking about so that you can see the conservation of sperm as very, very important. So when I give you, I know somebody will be asking, so how many times should I ejaculate? But I want you to see, the what do you call it? The anatomy again.
We are talking of a whole month here, or isn't it?
Come again.
The 21 ejaculations.
It is. Is
it a whole month?
It's for a whole. I mean, within a month.
Within a month.
It's absurd.
Okay.
It's absurd. It's too many times. Your body is producing 2 million sperms every day. You're ejaculating 200 million sperm. And then how many days will it take the average person? Younger people will produce more and faster. As you age, it slows down. You can't produce your 200 million for a 50-year-old. You can't even produce it in 10 days. So the more you ejaculate, the more you drain your body's energy. The body will tap your kidneys' energy, tap your brain's energy, tap your heart energy. Your sperm will start looking pinkish.
Okay, I can
and
see.
Once your sperm starts looking pinkish, that's it. You are not having any sperm. It's just blood and seminal fluid. Okay. So you can see it here. If you are 20 years and above, every 4 days, your body can replace the 200 million sperms.
4 days? Every 4 days,
the body can replace the 200 million sperms. If you are 30 years and above, averagely, your body can replace the 200 million sperms in 8 days. If you are 40 years, it can do it in 16 days. If you are 50 years, 21 days. But if you are 60 years and above, 30 days and up. It takes 1 month. 1 month for you to be able to rebuild the sperm. But all also depends on your own physical health.
Okay.
There are some men who abuse themselves when they are young. They masturbate and do all sorts of multiple sexual partners and actually overuse their energy. So when they grow, they end up not being their real age. Your erection angle determines your age.
Wait, you always make points, you know.
Your erection angle determines your biological age.
Your erection angle, as in straight, curve, allo, genocan.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Teens, when they have an erection, the erection is pointing up.
Yeah, it's true.
So when you are in your teens, in your 20s, you have your erection like that. 30s like that. 40s like that. 50s like that. 60s, 70s. So if you are 50 years and you have a 40-year-old erection, you can use the time for the 40-year.
Wow.
If you are 50 years and you have a 30-year erection, you can use the 8 days.
So it depends on you.
How strong and how you have kept yourself and how healthy you are. And then also, you can test this. When you ejaculate, you shouldn't be tired. After ejaculation, you should feel normal and sit down and be able to talk and be able to walk around.
A lot of men sleep, or?
If you ejaculate and sleep, it means you don't have enough reserve energy. That is the bottom line.
It's not right.
It is not right. Then it means you have drained.
So it's just like running on the streets and coming back to sleep.
Yes.
Okay.
So what you do is, if you want to check, after checking your angle, try ejaculating 4 times in a month and see. If you ejaculate 4 times in a month and you feel drained, space it up. If you want to live long, you want to live healthy, space it up. I am in my 50s and I do a maximum 24 ejaculations the whole year.
Hey, you count it.
24 ejaculations the whole year.
It means you're having sex 24 times.
No.
Okay, so
you can have sex as many times as you want, but you don't ejaculate each time you have sex. Sperm, like I told you, 200 million babies. That one round of sperm, when you take from me and take to the Provita or where they buy sperm, they can produce 200 million babies from that one round.
Okay.
It is a lot of energy. Why do I just throw it out? Those are my golden eggs. I protect them.
Protect them.
Yeah, just don't lay them anywhere. No. You just don't get up and throw out sperm because you want to have fun. Learn to have an orgasm without an ejaculation.
Wow.
and you can enjoy all the sex you want to enjoy. Feel so good, and feel like a Superman, where you can sleep with a woman, she's tired, you make her sleep. Sleep with her, she's tired, you make her sleep. A whole weekend, no ejaculation, and just to make her happy, just do one.
I thought ejaculation tells the man
there's a difference between orgasms is the reason why we have sex.
Okay.
The peak of orgasm, the highest peak of orgasm for men, will bring a reflex action, which is ejaculation.
Okay.
So you can arouse yourself close to the point of no return. The point of no return, when you go beyond it, you won't return. And sometimes I don't even want to call this coming. It is going. You are letting go of your energy.
It's not coming.
It's not coming. It's going, because letting go of a lot of energy. And then you need to take time. You have to go through the refractory period to wait for the body to reorganize itself before it can reproduce. So there's no need to always want to think that every sexual encounter should end with an ejaculation. No. Orgasms. When you're having the orgasms, the woman will feel the vibration and everything, just like you're having sperm coming out. All you need to do is learn how it's done.
Learn how it's done.
And then if you are ready to do it, I can teach you.
Yes,
I can teach you how to do that. I've taught many people. Many people. And not just ordinary people, doctors and all the stuff. How to do that. And once you get to know that, you will not want to waste energy. When I want a baby, I'll ejaculate. I don't want a baby. Why should I ejaculate?
Why should I ejaculate?
If it's just for maybe shaggy reasons, one time you just want to throw it out, then 24 times in a year, if you are 50 years and up, is very healthy. Very healthy. So we have shown you the dates.
Yes.
I mean, we have shown you the what do you call it? The number of times. We are saying that if you are 20 years, every 4 days, your body can reproduce the 200 million sperms. If you are 30 years, every 8 days, the body can reproduce it. If you are 40 years, 16 days, 50, 21 days, 50, 60 and up, it takes you a longer time. So if you don't want to be getting the heart attacks and the strokes, you need to do these things. Now the other side of it is men are unable to sustain erections. And being unable to sustain erections can be a big problem for most men, which leads them into taking aphrodisiacs and all the alcohol and all that stuff. Sometimes it becomes difficult because most men do not exercise the penis.
You don't exercise the penis?
Most men do not exercise the penis. There are exercises specifically for the penis.
Okay. The
penis is made up of 3 chambers, and by the help of the VCR, I'm sure we can see the first one. It has 3 chambers. We have the corpora cavernosum and corpora sponginosum. The corpora cavernosum are 2 chambers up, and then the sponginosum is down. The sponginosum is the one that carries blood, urine, and sperm.
Okay.
The sponginosum, it carries blood, urine, and sperm. And it is the cavernosa that makes the penis engorge. It is that one that takes blood to make the penis engorge. If you look at the design there's a white line just by the shaft. It's called the conica. That one is when it's hard, when it becomes hardened, then the penis becomes firm. So it is blood that fills these chambers. So if you are unable to fill these chambers with blood, then you can't have
a hard erection.
Hard erections. And if you don't find ways to exercise the penis, so more blood will circulate inside it. You can have strong and hard erections. So I have another chart I drew. The bubble. No, this one is like showing you the inside of those chambers. So you can see that the down one, which is the sponginosum, that one carries, like I said, urine and blood. And then the 2 big ones are the ones that carry blood, which when enough blood fills it, it becomes hard. Now when the penis is not erect, you have, let's say, 1 tot of blood. But before it will become erect, it will need 6 more.
Okay.
So if those chambers are not carrying enough blood, those 6 cannot run into it. So what the aphrodisiacs do is tint the blood to allow more blood to go in there. But when they go in there, they will leave their traces, they will leave their trash in there. And next time your body is unable to produce it unless you take that aphrodisiac.
Unless you take it.
So it becomes habitual. So let's look at the bubble dorsal circuit. That circuit shows you how blood circulates inside the penis. You can see the head of the penis, and then you can also see that there are arrows indicating yes. So you can see the head of the penis, which is the gland penis, and this is how blood circulates from the body through the gland penis.
Okay, so I can see the arrows.
The arrows where the blood passes through the gland penis. So it passes through the sponginosum and then goes all the way through a vein on top of the penis. So that vein that passes on top of the penis is very, very sensitive, that you don't have to mess it up. When you mess that vein up, you will get a permanent damage to the penis.
Okay.
Because it is that one that takes the blood so that the blood will return. If that vein is messed up, you cannot have good erections. Now, the interesting thing here is when the blood circulation in the penis is not good, you can't have it. You can't have a good erection.
Okay.
And if you have blood circulating properly in the penis, your penis is always full, thick, and looks big. So the more you ejaculate, the more these shrink. So if you see somebody who is masturbating and the penis has become small, it is because you are overly ejaculating and you are not allowing enough blood to circulate properly inside the penis. Basically, that is what you should understand with this chart here. Now let's go back to the one that shows the cavernosum and the sponginosum, so that
the 3 chambers.
Yeah, the 3 chambers. So people can know that you can have a rupture in the penis.
Okay.
So when you have your penis very, very hard, and then you are having sex, and the woman is sitting on it and banging on your dick can break. And when the cavernosum breaks, it takes very, very serious surgery to have it fixed. And in most cases, you don't get your erection back.
Wow.
So when you're having sex too, you need to be very careful. When your erection is very, very hard, the angle of penetration and whatever keche you are doing in bed, make sure it doesn't act in a way that the sponginosum will break.
It's not every style that is comfortable.
Yes. Normally, the reverse cowgirl and the cowgirl are one of the things, ways that women bounce. Instead of moving their sacrum, they bounce on the penis, and if you're not careful, it can rupture.
This brings me to the question: if your penis is hit hard, is it life-threatening?
When the penis itself is hit, what happens is the collagen, the proteins that are holding the smooth muscle, will disengage. When it disengages, depending on how it was hit, it can either rebuild itself. It is the testicle which, when you hit, can affect you. It is not a killing issue, but it is painful.
Okay.
It is painful.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Before we go to, last week you mentioned the sizes. Before I go there, I want to find out if there's any truth about hymen.
Hymen. That you need to break your hymen and all
no,
that stuff.
Is the hymen really, does it exist?
Yes, it does.
It does exist?
Yes. Every girl, every female that is born has a hymen. Every female has a hymen.
And is it true that when you break it, it must bleed?
You see, it's a thin skin. It's a thin skin that lines the entrance of the vagina. You will not see it like when you open your eyes.
You see it.
But it's a thin skin, right? A very thin skin. It looks like under the lips, and then it lines inside the entrance of the vagina. And then for some people, there are a few holes in there, so your menstrual period can't come out. Now, what happens is, if as you grow, exercising, riding bicycle, falling, football, volleyball, and all those things,
it can break.
Any vigorous trauma that happens that affects that area can tear the hymen.
Okay.
And when it tears the hymen, you bleed a little. Not like plenty blood, just like you have a skin peeled off. It's that. But I keep saying that being a virgin is not whether the hymen is intact or not, because there are several ways you can break your hymen. You can break your hymen by even trying to wash.
Okay.
When you put your finger in there, you want to wash your private area, you can break your hymen. And you just like a little pinch, and
then
it's broken. You get that? And a virgin is somebody who hasn't had an orgasm before. So if you know...
Wait, you said what?
A virgin is somebody who hasn't had an orgasm before.
It means the person might have had sex, but has not had orgasm before, meaning you're a virgin.
Penetrative sex is what gives you an orgasm.
True.
Because when you put your finger in there and you break the hymen and you enjoy sex, you're no longer a virgin. If you're a man and you masturbate, you throw out sperm, you're no longer a virgin. So long as you have enjoyed something sexual, you're no longer a virgin. So you should know deep in yourself that I have not done this before. I have not put my hand in there before. I have not, once the hymen is not broken, there's nothing. And even when the hymen is broken, it doesn't make you a better person or a worse person.
A worse person.
It doesn't.
Okay.
It's just because you are. We just want to say that you have not had penetrative sex before. But there are virgins who play with, who have not had penetrative sex before, but they have oral sex. They have clitoral, stimulation and all those things, and they've had orgasms.
They've had orgasms.
They know what it is.
So
just that the hymen is intact, but they are not virgins.
Okay, I get the difference in there. Argument raised from last week.
Okay.
Telling the sizes of the organs. You mentioned the lips, the nose, the thumb. So we've had arguments. No, please explain that again.
All right. I have had this with many people, and I'm trying to remember this doctor that did this research. The Chinese have done this many years ago. But there's one doctor that came up. I think the video was on BBC or something. I saw it. I recorded it, but I don't know where I've kept it. I've forgotten the doctor's name. There's a lot of stuff in my head. I said it here that if you want to challenge what I'm saying, take your finger, your hand like that, put a measuring tape just under your knuckle here, stretch it under here, just here, take a measurement, put it on your lips, and put it from your clitoris to the end. You see, that's the same. So, not this one, the one with the female faces.
So face.
So you see, because of this, I have taken some pictures so that you can see that. Look at this lady here.
Okay.
Look at the lips, and look at the lips she has. She has thin lips up and down. So her labia majora and minora are all thin. And you can see the length from the vaginal entry to the end of the vagina is just like the size of the lips.
She's smiling.
Same. Okay. The next one, this is not smiling. So you can see it. The thickness of the labia left and right is the same. And like I said last week, if you have high cheekbones, your clitoris are usually small.
Okay, so she's got cheekbones.
High cheekbones, so you see the clitoris small.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's see the next one.
So we do a few more, then we go to the men. Our time is running. Alright.
You see this one too?
That looks very...
Yeah.
That's totally different from the ones I've seen.
Yes, because the lips up and down meet at the same point. So usually the outer labia majora covers the minora. And she also has high cheekbones, so you can see her clit. So you can see all the women that both have high cheekbones. You can't even see their clit.
Yeah.
So this is an indication that if your cheekbones are high, your clitoris is small. It's as simple as that. There's no challenge on. There's no
that.
challenge on that.
And
Look at
then-
this one too. Her cheekbones are high. And you see this one, the lower lip is longer than the upper lip.
Upper
So she
lip.
has a tulip.
Yeah,
She has one side longer than the other.
than the other.
So you can't tell me what I'm saying is not true. Maybe you don't even know what you have. Some people have not even looked at it before.
They've not looked at it.
Yes.
Take a mirror and look at yourself. Can we go to the male side?
Yes, with the male, I have the male sizes. Like somebody was asking, he didn't get the actual sizes. So I have the penis sizes. I have a picture of it that I want him to show so that
Can
you know.
we move on to the male quickly? Our time is running up.
Wow.
Okay.
So here you can see from 1 inch to 9 inch. So if you are within 4 inch, you have minimum. From 1 inch to 5 inch, you are small. 5 inch to 6 inch.
This one is it tape measure or
Tape-
is ruler?
You can use a tape measure or a ruler. 6 inches and above, you are average. If you are 7 inches and above, you are large. If you are 8 inches and above, you are very large. When you hit 9 and above, you are
Is it
extra.
genetic?
You see, it is not, I will not say genetic, but development of the organs depends on health, feeding, mind.
Okay.
All helps the body develop. So if you have a big nail, like show the thumbs,
So let's see the thumbs, please.
and then we'll get it here. You can see the one at the extreme end has a very small nail. So this person, when I see, would assume has a small penis. This person can have a big penis if his lips and nose are big.
Are big.
Yes. So the nail is just one factor. The nail is just one factor. So I need 2 or 3 to be able to tell. When the nail is like the one on the extreme right, and the nose is big, the lips big, ear big, then he can have an average size penis. Now, if I look at the one with the very big nail,
Yeah.
second from the right,
Yes.
this person has a long dick and a thick dick. But if his lips are small, his nose is small, it will shorten. It will not get to the actual length and size that we are
That
expecting.
we are expecting.
But if the nose is also big and the lips is big, and you, the woman, you have small lips and small nose, run away. Because you will never be compatible. Now you can see the thumb on the extreme right corner, down.
Yeah.
That thumb tells you the man has a mushroom type of penis, where the head of the penis is way bigger than the shaft. If you look at the one on the extreme left, it tells you something, that this has a thick and short penis. So if the nose is thick, the lips is thick and short, the person will have a very thick penis, but not long. And it's not bad to have a thick penis, because it is that women enjoy when it is thick, not just the length. The length is good, but
Interesting.
the length, the what do you call it? The thickness is better. I also have one that talks about the circumference and the width of the female vagina.
Mr. Smooth, my time is almost up. Let me open the phone lines.
Okay, all right.
Okay. Let me open the phone lines and take some few messages. So 050-815-6857. We are taking just some few calls, please. Let me take some messages. Hi, you be champion. I'm enjoying the program. I'm Eric Kuntu Blanson. Blanson, thank you so much for watching. Hello, what the man is saying about constipation, is it true? Okay, it didn't. So I'll put it together, please. I'm Seth from Teshi and I'm enjoying the program. Please, is it true that when you make tea out of ginger and garlic, it helps in ejaculation? Thanks. Please, I'm Kofi from Nungwa. In my teenage time, I masturbate, but I have stopped. But now my dick is getting smaller day by day. Please, can I get a solution? Hello? Hello.
Hello,
Hello, good afternoon. Please speak up a little bit for me.
yeah, please, we spoke on how to exercise the penis.
Exercise the penis. Okay, he'll give his number so that he'll teach you the exercises. Thank you so much for calling. This exercise thing. Okay, so please, I have a what is it? Sexual weakness. And this same time, my penis also makes more. Oh, well, I don't get. Hello.
Okay, so please,
Hello.
hello.
Please move away from your TV set. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Good evening.
Okay, I don't hear you. I like your program.
Can you please speak up? All right. All right.
Yes.
Okay. Your line is bad. Please call back. All right. Hello.
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 Hello. Good evening. Okay, so we lost the caller too. All right. So I'm Komna from Labadi. He said a person who hasn't had. Hello. Hello. I'm Komna from Labadi. He said a person who hasn't had orgasm is a virgin. My question is, can't a virgin be licked or touched through their weak points and experience orgasm? So does it mean they are no more virgins? That's right. They are no more virgins. Hello. Hello. Good evening.
Good evening.
What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hey, Martin. I'm from Dansuma.
All right. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, as I was saying that when a woman is hitting the penis, it can easily break. So, something of the heat more on that because I'm scared now.
You are scared now. All right. Thank you so much for calling. He will take that. So good afternoon, please. I would like to know if your man cheats or have sex outside. How would you detect that? Through his sperm. Does the sperm become thick or thin? That's an interesting one, you know.
That one is hard to tell.
It's hard to tell.
Yes, but what you can do is immediately the man has sex. Okay.
Okay. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Your name and where you're calling from?
Yeah, my name is Kaba. I'm calling from Kapua.
All right. Kaba, go ahead.
Yeah, please, the issue is that I exercise a lot. And I make love to my girl 3 times, that means 3 times in a day. And when I make love, I'm so strong. I don't know, I don't feel any tiredness or whatever. So I don't know whether
You don't feel any tiredness. So 3 times a day.
Ask his age.
Hello?
Hello?
Okay, it's gone off.
Because the most important thing is to know your age.
Right.
If you are a young man, you are killing yourself. 5,000 ejaculations, no more for you.
Hello?
Hello, can I talk?
Yes, you can.
Yes. Please, he made mention of if you can have sex and then do not ejaculate. Okay, so what did you get? Did you have any blue balls or any penis at the end of the day, like after the sex?
That's an interesting one. Thank you so much.
Yes.
You see, blue balls is when you have an erection for a long time, you have oxygen mixing up the blood inside your vas deferens.
Okay.
Once the woman goes away, erection subsides, air and blood leaves that area, blue balls is gone.
Blue balls is gone.
Why don't we have, if it's a disease, why don't you have medicine for that?
Yeah.
So listen, stop using blue balls to sleep with girls. It's nothing. Once the woman goes away, erection goes down, air and blood leaves the vas deferens. That's all.
That's all.
That's it. It's gone. So listen, if it is there for a long time, just put some little warm water or ice on it so that the blood just goes back. There's nothing wrong with it. And that if you have orgasms, you will not have a blue ball. Once you have orgasms, you don't have a blue ball.
I see.
There's something we call dry orgasms. You can have dry orgasms anytime, even when you're not having sex. You can have dry orgasms.
Wow, interesting. Okay, so good evening, please. I was enjoying your program and my light went off, so I want to know when you repeat it. Oh, okay, Jerry. I'll see. I'll see when I can repeat it. All right. So, sperm becomes thick or thin.
Oh, you see, the more you ejaculate, the more you lose energy, and the more the factory that produces the sperm.
I think this lady wants to check the sperm.
But you see, you can't use that to assess it.
Mm-hmm.
It depends on what the man is feeding on.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, that's it.
No more virgins, meaning the person cannot be a virgin if you touched and then orgasm.
Once the person has an orgasm, that's it. The person knows what sexual pleasure is.
All right. So, the one who has stopped masturbating, but he says his penis keeps going smaller.
Yes. Like I told you and I showed you the secret. Once you have, you stress yourself that much, you need to use some supplements and do some exercises to allow blood to circulate properly in there. You just call me. It's expensive though, but I will show you how it's done.
It's expensive.
Yes.
Ginger tea and garlic.
You see, all those things that allow blood to circulate properly will give you harder erections, because ginger, garlic and all those things, they allow blood to circulate, and when blood is circulating properly in the system, you have more blood going into your feathers, and that's it.
All right.
But it also means that you have to eat that same thing all the time to be able to and the volumes you'll be eating will also create some other effects on you.
Your number, my tongue.
Yes, my number is 0244 661011. 0244 661011. When you call and the lines are busy, keep trying, because I have over 13,000 contacts on my phone. So if you call and I am not picking, send me a hi on WhatsApp. Anytime I get there and I see it, I would answer. Add your name and your location, because I'll definitely ask for your name and location.
All right.
0244 661011. 0244 66 10 11. 0244 66 10 and 11.
Thank you so much, Mr. Smooth. I've enjoyed the show. Good.